listening to the Shade Place Podcast. Ah, yes. Finally.
Finna tell me that I cannot do it. I got the king on my side. Funny how people that say you can't do it, the same that ain't never tried. Funny how when I start seeking the Lord, all the demons that hurt on their heart. It's not getting real when you stand in this club. All of them gon' slide, yeah, slide, yeah. All of them gon' slide, yeah, slide. All of them gon' slide, yeah, slide, yeah. All of them gon' slide. It's not getting real when you stand in this club. All of them gon' slide, yeah. That would be talking, but why would I listen? When he talking none of my feet, I listen. Know that the love me sufficient. He watching my stage like rinse and repeat. Yes, I do carry the fruits of the spirit, but don't you go thinking it's sweet. I'm just gonna keep her the girl with my family, the Christ in her hands and feet. Gotta be careful when staying discreet. Pray for my brothers who stay in the streets. I was just trying to make a name, paying the game. I know that could've been me. I walk in the spirit, my flesh on the leaves. Who's one nigga me, man? You know I'm a free. I stand on the earth, and your earth can lead. I tell you about Jesus, cause I'm free. You gonna tell me that I cannot do it? I got the king on my side. Funny how people that say you can't do it, the same way that ain't never tried. Funny how when I start seeking the Lord, all the demons that hurt running hard. It's not getting real when you stand in this club. All of them gon' slide, yeah, slide, yeah. All of them gon' slide, yeah, slide. All of them gon' slide, yeah, slide, yeah. All of them gon' slide. It's not getting real when you stand in this club. All of them gon' slide, yeah. I'll be a price to give it to you, know you can play. I'm trying to my life, I'm not sure, cause I'm not here. Yeah, you got stripes, but I can get free cause you can't even see the same religion like I like fun. I know what people feel you couldn't tell, but I'm putting freedom in the central world. Driving the whole world straight up out of well. I was on the end of budget, I'm a real guy. I can really know what's going to fail. Jesus Christ, you really ain't no fairy tale. God is spread the gospel up in the tell. They say if you push it, it'll never sell. Well, you gonna tell me that I cannot do it, well, I got the king on my side. Funny how people that say you can't do it, the same way that ain't never tried. Funny how when I start seeking the Lord, all the demons that hurt running hard. It's not getting real when you stand in this club. All of them gon' slide, yeah, slide, yeah. All of them gon' slide, yeah, slide. All of them gon' slide, yeah, slide, yeah. All of them gon' slide. It's not getting real when you stand in this club. All of them gon' slide. I can do all things. You know I got time, tell me who's gonna stop me. Yeah. You know I got time, tell me who's gonna stop me. I can't either. Gotta pay my head off cause the devil is lying. I'm ready to see who's inside of me. I can't be for nobody. What's the point cause we all got one in me. Let the spirit feel my walking faith and I'm walking in victory. We got the power, yeah, we got the victory. Go do the software, we got the victory. When it's all finished, yeah, we got the victory. Huh? Hey, biggest shout out go to Christ, the truth and the way and the life. Yeah, you know it comes to eternity, you pay the price for us. Shed his blood and died for us, so I'm living for him. Lord, I know it's never been to me, and it's already done. Tell the devil we already won. Pass me the mic and you know I'm a priest. There's freedom in me, Holy Spirit release. I know Christ at the right hand of God in the seat. He living in you and he living in me. It's a stumble in darkness, how hard they can see. Started reading his word as a light for my feet. One way ticket to heaven, no going back. No surprise at the end, cause I told you that. Once we break through the defense, I'm sure the pad. I'ma receive it if Jesus ain't a fan. Ain't no sin, and I gotta say no to that. Ain't no more sugar coated, nigga, all that. Ain't no more condemnation for my family in Christ. We gotta turn life, people nobody. What's the point if we all got one enemy? Let the spirit fill my mind. Walking faith and I'm walking in victory. We got the power, yeah, we got the victory. Go through the suffering, we got the victory. When it's all finished, yeah, we got the victory, 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 victory. Hey, biggest shout out go to Christ, the truth and the way and the life. Yeah, remember the cost of eternity, pay the price for us. Shed his blood and he died for us, so I'm living for him. All I know is that we win in the end. It's already done. Tell the devil we already won. Already, I know Christ coming back, but we already trying to tell him we live in the last days. Trying to tell him we live in the last days. You better not think it's a joke. Trying to throw on the rope. Feeling like no, I just want to start on the boat. Some people trying to float. Yeah, can't beat nobody. What's the point if we are out in here? Let the spirit fill my blood. Walking faith and I'm walking in victory. We got the power, yeah, we got the victory. Go through the suffering, we got the victory. When it's all finished, yeah, we got the victory, 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 victory. Biggest shout out for the Christ, the truth and the way and the life. Yeah, remember the cost of eternity, he paid the price for us. Shed his blood and he died for us, so I'm a win for him. All I know is that we win in the end, it's already done. Tell the devil we already won.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. What's up, y'all? Here my guest right here. So let my guest in like right now. Waiting for her, guys. And she should be here. Waiting for her to come in. Waiting for her to come in like right now, y'all. That's it, that's it. She was just in here not too long ago. Let me see. Where's she at? I'm texting her right now, y'all. Don't mind me. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? This your boy. I know y'all ain't seen me in a while. I know y'all haven't seen me in a while. I know y'all like, where he been at? I've been here. I've been around. I've been busy. Y'all know the vibes. I've been busy, as I should be busy, right? You know what I'm saying? It's definitely going down. K.W.U podcast, like I said, hashtag every other weekend, man. This is how I'm doing it every other weekend, too. I know say right now, weekend vibes, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm actually working. I'm waiting on the guest to come through. That's what I'm doing as of right now. And here she go, guys. And here
Okay.
goes my guest. Here she
Good.
is. Here she is,
Good.
everybody.
Good evening. Good
Good,
evening.
good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Sorry about that. I was listening to my Christian rap. I was getting the atmosphere right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, it's time now. It is showtime. So, my friend, introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are and what you do and what you is sharing this evening on K.W.U podcast.
Oh, well, first, I want to thank you for allowing me to be a guest on your podcast. I really appreciate it. My name is Robin D. Johnson. I'm from Delaware, born and raised. And tonight, I'm going to share with you my journey regarding my first book and the business that I do that helps people protect their legal rights. So I'm looking forward to sharing some information tonight, and I'm just excited to be able to hopefully help people that are listening.
Oh well, I believe right now that you are helping somebody, and I say that because you got in contact with me, and I didn't know you from a can of paint, and I was like, and I prayed about it, so I was like, all right, God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I ain't do this in like a month, but he reminded me that I just did a show like 5 days ago. So I was like, all right, like you still can do it. You know what I'm saying? You just learn to make time now because you got a job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, all right, cool. And this is what it is. So let's dive right into it. Right into it. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the book. What's the name of your book, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, my first book is titled "I'm Still Standing: Going
Mm-hmm.
Through the Storms of Life
Mm-hmm.
to the
All
to
right.
the to the victory."
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, you can find it just by looking. I'm still standing, so you can find it that way as too.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. 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 So, what made you want to write your first book?
Well, like you said, God sometimes has us to do things that can help people. I'm never wrote a book before. So in
Mm-hmm.
2018 is when this book came out. I believe I started in 2017 writing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a book to share with people. I was raised by a single parent. My mother's the only one that raised me. My father was nowhere in the picture. And it was really, as a child growing up, especially on the east side in Wilmington, Delaware, not
Mm-hmm.
really having role models or any type of male figure in my life. So my book talks about, when I was younger up until I think I was in my 50s. Yeah,
Wow.
2018. Yeah, I was in my 50s. So, but it's really a book to share with people that no matter what you go through,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes God allows us to go through things because so we can have a testimony to help others. So
Yes.
my book is mainly my journey as a child up to an adult. And so I'm working on my second book
Yes.
that hopefully should be out the first of the year. I'm working on that now. And that title is Living with Bipolar as a Christian Woman.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's different. That is real different indeed. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And it's funny, right, that you talk about your first book, right? Because I remember I was on a friend show like this was during in I'll say like springtime. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
like springtime or it was about to be like early summer. And he asked me about my books, but he asked me about my first book. And I told him like that first book, when I first got my first book, right?
Mm-hmm.
I held my book like it was my first child. Like I don't have kids, but I held my book because I was like, this is what God had placed on my heart. You know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
when I did the first book, then like probably like some months later or like a year later, I wrote the next book. I wrote then I wrote
Mm-hmm.
then I wrote the third book. Then I did the fourth one. I'm like, all right, and now I'm at this point in life where I'm writing the fifth one, but I got to get
Wow,
in
congratulations.
and I got to get in the mood to write the fifth one. Like I still write, but I don't have. I haven't been having that much time. Like I normally had time because, like I said, like I literally just started like a new job. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have a
So you
job
have
for like
writer's block. So you have writer's
yeah,
block.
like, and I ain't have a job for like 5 months prior. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of folks don't know that, but I ain't have a job 5 months prior. You know what I'm saying? But God still made a way, and during that time, I was writing. You know what I'm saying? Because I had time on my hand. Like I had every day to write, and I had every day to fill out applications and go on, interviews. But I still had time though. But during
Right.
that time though, I see why God gave me the name of this fifth book, and I haven't released it on my show.
Okay.
I haven't released it on nobody else's show. The only one that I shared the book with is my big sister, which is my my spiritual mother, my mentor, you know what I'm saying? And I told her like, yo, this is the fifth book, like right here. And I didn't know that I was gonna have to lose a good paying job
Right.
that I had the prior 10 months before I lost the 5 months before this job. I'm like, I was like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, why am and at first I said why, and then I thought about it and I was like, this is discipline, this is humbling me, what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and to make
Right.
me grateful,
Right.
so
Yeah, some things in life, will make you more humble because I always said, there's always people that are worse off than me. And that's why my book is to, actually show people that you're not, by yourself. You may have grew up like I did, single parent. Some of the things in the book I'm not proud of. Well, I'm not saying not proud of, but that happened to me could have happened to others. In my
mhm.
first book, it talks about, I was molested by a cousin. I was raped. I was beat on. So there's a lot of things that I went through. So I truly believe that the things that happen, I won't say
Mhm.
it happened for a reason, but I'm still here. That's why the title is I'm Still Standing. Going through the storms of life to the rainbow of victories, which means I went through a storm, but I'm going to have the victory.
Right.
You
And
know,
I
and
believe that you will.
and one thing too, like I said, I'm not a writer, so I know it was God writing the book because He gave me, I believe it's 33 poems,
Hmm.
and I have one, I think, behind each chapter, and then the rest are in the back of the book. So if you ask me to recite one of the poems, I can't because God gave me those poems, and I put them.
Right.
I put them in the book. He gave them to me. But there's one that really, I'm trying to think of it, that really touched me that I wrote, but it'll come to me. But I'm at peace with myself. I'm 64 years young. A lot of people don't believe that, but
Yeah, what? 64, what?
I'm
Okay.
64 young.
Young.
So
I heard that. And
there's a few times that I shouldn't have been here. I should have been going. There was times I thought about taking my life, but I know God has He has some more work for me to do, per se.
yes, yes.
He has a lot of work for me to do. But so anybody, you can get my book on Amazon, eBay. All you do is put in "I'm Still Standing," and it's by Robin Johnson.
Thank
And it's a small book. It's 92 pages. But I
Wow.
looked on
Okay.
Amazon today, and it has the whole like the information about what the book is about, my spiritual
Oh
walk.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it's my book is to help people. I love to help people, and I know that's why I'm still here.
Yes.
Like I said, God gave me that title. But
Man. And
so but
that's fine.
yeah,
Wow. Can you put the link down where they could find it at in the chat
okay,
if you
okay.
can?
Let me get to the chat. Cause see, this is new, y'all. I mean,
Take your time.
so bear with me if this is the right button. Okay,
Take your
there we
time.
go. All right, I got it. All
Okay,
right,
I'm
let
about
me
to tell
put.
you, you can take your time. Look, we is here. And shout out to everybody that's watching this evening. I told y'all that I'll be back again.
Yeah. So, but to everyone that's watching and to those that are supporting me, who I gave the link to, I love you and I thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be here for your sister in Christ, your friend. I
Oh,
really appreciate it.
and that is nice. You know what I'm saying? That folks like come out and support you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. It's all about just supporting each, other and stuff like that. So my next question is, What inspires you on the daily basis?
Woo! Oh, so
Woo.
you get ready. Look, you get ready to have me to shout. And all online bookstores. Okay. All right. I'm putting this in. Uh, so I had a girlfriend in Las Vegas I talked to today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how I get
All right, come back now. All right, and I believe that she's going to come back, y'all. Give her a second. Give her a second to come back. But I hope that everybody is enjoying this show so far. I'm just waiting for her to come back. Is y'all enjoying the show so far? I'm just waiting for her to come back. And I believe that she know how to do it too. And I believe she just put all her information down in the chat too. Guys, all this information she put it down in the chat. She got all her information right there. I hope that everybody is enjoying this. We are having some technical difficulties right now. It's definitely going down. K.W.U podcast. You know how when we started talking about Christ, and you know how things just tend to happen, and you know, phone want to mess up, the internet want to mess up. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Looks like it's like the distractions, but she about to come back. You know, so my question was, what inspired her? That was my question, and I know she's going to come back because that's what she does. She comes back. She bounces right back, and I can tell she bounces right back. And I believe that this is her. Yes, it is. Hold on, y'all. Come on.
okay.
And she
See,
bounced
as
right back.
look, see, as
She
y'all
bounced
can
right
see,
back.
I'm technically talented.
You are you
Cause
you good.
I don't know what after I did the chat, I don't know what I did, but
That's all
what I
right.
was, yeah, what I was saying, apologize to all those that's watching. Um, I'm not an IT person, so I'm still learning my phone. And I brought this phone last year, so there's still features on here I don't even know. But
Wow.
yeah, my book, as far as I know, the question you asked me, my what keeps me going.
Mm-hmm.
There's a it's called the Daily Jesus Prayer. You can watch
Mm-hmm.
it on YouTube, and you can subscribe. And that and my favorite gospel music keeps me going, even when I feel down. I
Mm-hmm.
know to put on the right music. I start talking to God. And in the wintertime is not good for people who have or that have depression or bipolar because it's
Mm-hmm.
cold and you stay in the house more. So with that saying, I watch my daily Jesus prayer. I put on my music. I talk to God, and that's where I pull my strength from. Because I mean, it's not easy, especially what's going on in this world right now, well, in our country. But the
Right.
only way a person can really get through whatever they're going through, you got to pray. You got to be at the right church. You have to engage with your brothers and sisters at church. And if you have a pastor that you can talk to, I mean, sometimes people are afraid to talk to people about what they're going through because how people may look at them. But
Mm-hmm.
we can't live like that. We all have
Right.
to have someone to talk to. And it don't have to be a family member. It could be a coworker that you're close with. It could be a friend or
Yeah.
somebody in your church. But we all need somebody to talk to, and don't be afraid to go to counseling.
Right.
I
That's very
mean,
important.
we all need somebody to talk to.
Most
You know,
definitely.
But yeah, that's what gets me through. If I feel down, I start talking to God, and I'll be like, okay, let me throw on my songs.
Right.
Um, so,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, I just take one day at a time. I keep believing that my breakthrough is coming, and
Mhm.
to have gone through a lot of things, like I said earlier, and for me to still be here is a blessing, and lets me know that God has He has some more work for me to do. And you know how you feel excited or anxious about
Mhm.
something. I've
Right,
been having
most
that
definitely.
feeling for like months, so it's letting me know that something's coming, and I have to be ready.
Yeah, and it's funny because I I know that you was ready when you reached out to me and stuff like, and I know that you made like little jokes, about it, but I'm like, she's ready because I'm ready, because
So,
I'm taking advantage of this time of this weekend, what I'm saying, to do what I have to do, because I know
right,
that I could be busy throughout the week and the next weekend. Look, like, what I'm saying? And like I said, and during this time, God was showing me, like, you know, you could do this every other weekend. You
right,
know, you don't have to do it every day. You don't have to burn yourself out. You don't have to do you don't have to do that.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
And it took me a while just to, like, understand that. Cause when you a person like me, like
mm-hmm,
you just like to give, and you just try to look out for her. You know everybody. You want everything to be
right.
good.
You put
You
yourself
know what I'm
out
saying?
there. Yeah, you sometimes we put ourselves out there more because we have to rest. We have to rest the body. God says
Yeah.
6 days work, 7 day rest. I mean, I know we don't stick to that, but we still have to take some time, to ourselves if it's to watch your favorite show. Like Saturdays is usually
Hmm.
my down day where I catch up, maybe do some follow-up calls, but we have to take time for ourselves. And I know when you have a good heart, you want to help everybody, but we can't help everybody all the
Right.
time, but you still want to be there for them. Like I said, a young lady I talked to, a friend of mine in Las Vegas, and come to find out, she has some health issues, which really took me by surprise. But I think I talked to her for about maybe a good close to an hour, but she was happy to hear from me. And I told her, I said, you can call me anytime. You just need somebody to talk to,
Right.
you know, but
Right.
but now I know I have to at least once a month just reach out to people and let them know, hey, I'm thinking about you,
Hmm.
and I'm here for you. Just need somebody to call, just need somebody to, to cry with.
Amen. And that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? And and I really well, you told me something. I think it was today, or it was throughout the week. You said that you're advocate, right?
Say that again.
You say you're an advocate, right? Because you were sharing some stuff with me in the text.
Oh, as far as with the 24-hour protection.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With Legal Shield. Yeah, I've been part of Legal Shield for it was 25, it's been 25 years since August of this year.
Wow.
And when I was introduced to it, I was living in Virginia. I left Delaware in 2000. I just wanted to change. It was just so much going on in my life. So I always wanted to move to Virginia anyway. So I was living in Norfolk, Virginia. I started a job at Gold Key Resort in Virginia Beach. So
Hmm.
one of my back then was the video. So he gave me a video to watch. And when I saw the video, I'm like, wow, I could have used, attorney for different things, not
Right.
having, not have to be concerned with, paying hundreds of dollars. So what I did, I called my mom. She's no longer here, bless her heart. Wish she was, but so I said,
Amen.
Mom, I have something I want to show you. So she got some people together for me, and I put in the video that night. 5 people enrolled into the coverage. So right then and there, I knew I had something that people needed. So
Hmm.
to rewind where we are now, um, we offer not just access to an attorneys for, document review, you get your will done, living will. There's a lot of more services. I don't want to go, too deep. 'Cause I'm gonna give out
Yeah.
my website. But the main thing that I've been focusing on now with everything that's going on in our country,
Mhm.
Latinos, Mexico, even blacks now are getting pulled over, treated unfairly by ICE. You can have access to an attorney 24 hours a day, seven
Wow.
days a week, all across North America and Canada.
Oh wow.
So,
Okay.
so say, okay, for example, 1 o'clock in the morning, I had to call the attorney for my daughter. She was on my plan back then. She's grown now. So this was
Right.
1 o'clock in the morning. And I told the attorney what was going on. So the attorney said, put her on the phone. Her and her friends were being harassed by police officers because they was just hanging out in the park.
Mm.
But to know that she was able to talk to the attorney and the attorney told her what to say and what to do to the police officer. Now, mind you, none of her friends had this. She was the
Right.
only one that was able to talk to an attorney 1 o'clock in the morning.
Come
So
on, man.
right now, and I've been sending out the information, letting people know within, I guess, maybe a couple of weeks. So far, it's been 170 United
Wow.
States citizens that have been detained, questioned, treated
Mm.
unfairly, and put in detention for a day or two before they realized that they was a U.S. citizen. So
Really?
if they had the legal shield plan that comes with the 24-hour access to an attorney, they would have been able to call the attorney, even if they had to wait until they got into detention. Your rights, you still have to have your phone call.
Right.
Now, yeah, I spoke to an attorney because everything that's going on with the immigration. And I asked her, I said, if someone is a U.S. citizen and
Okay.
they get deported
Right.
because of their nationality, but they don't want to believe that they're a U.S. citizen, she said they have to get them back because they're a U.S. citizen.
Mm.
So
Wow.
a lot of people just, they say, well, I can't afford, attorney right now, and because of my income, because of I got to take care of my family. Personally, I would pay 50, 60, $70 just to have
Okay.
that access, especially now. Because if people see the videos of how they're being treated, this one lady, I just saw the video 2 days ago, and
Wow.
people were
Okay.
telling them she's a U.S. citizen. They threw her on the ground, and she kept saying, "I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm a U.S. citizen." So
Right.
my purpose right now, since I love to help people, is to get that information out to everybody that I know. I post it on social media. So I'm not in
Oh,
the
man.
convincing business, but I want to make sure that people are aware of what they can have. Because there's
Most
people that don't
definitely.
even know about Legal Shield. And it's been around since 1972.
Mm.
And,
Wow.
and yeah, and the way the company started was by a car accident. Mr. Harlan Stone Cipher, he was a school teacher. So he was in the accident, and the lady tried to say it was his fault. So she sued him. So he had
Mm.
to get an attorney. You figure, a teacher's salary in 1972, even now, teachers don't make that much money. So he had
No.
to hire an attorney to go to court to fight something that wasn't his fault. So that's how the company started in 1972 from a car accident by a school teacher. Mr. Stone Cyber is no longer here, but his goal and his dreams live on to where
Man,
people can
man.
have equal access to the justice system. And there's three different plans to fit people's needs, but all the
Mm-hmm.
three plans come with the 24-hour access. We have small business plans, we
Mm-hmm.
have commercial drivers plans, we
Mm-hmm.
have ride share plans, with Uber
Okay.
and Lyft,
Oh
DoorDash,
wow. Okay.
right. We also have a plan for employees for companies. I believe we have, if
Really?
I'm not mistaken, close to maybe 30,000 employees across North America and Canada who get the plan through their employer.
Wow,
So
30,000.
as a
Okay.
benefit, right?
That's amazing. That is
Yeah,
amazing indeed.
right. Now think about this. When I
Okay.
started in 2000, it was only
Hmm.
700,000 members.
Hmm.
So it's almost about 5 million members now. And there's people who still, I was talking to somebody and I was explaining it to them. They're like, what is Legal Shield? I said, you never heard of or seen? It's like, no. So that tells you it's still a lot of work to do. And just by word of mouth, I let people know, hey, you know somebody that may need access to an attorney or they've been treated unfairly, they may need their will done, living will done, power of attorney, trust fund, estate planning. All of those is covered in the membership. It just falls under the different plans. So you have the basic,
Hmm.
you have the premier and premium. So it's based on your needs,
Right, right.
which plan to get. So, but the number one thing that I like I said, is that 24-hour access. But also we offer identity theft protection.
Hmm.
We're the only company that offers $3 million restoration if if your identity is stolen and it takes time for it to restore it. Well, you have $3 million that will take care
Right.
of restoring. If it takes a year, if it takes a month, 2 months, you have that $3 million available. We're the only ones that offer that. Other ones offer 1 million. So that's
Wow.
the difference between ID Shield and say, I don't want to say the companies, but all the different, identity
That's a
theft
big
protection
difference.
companies. But think about, I mean, it covers your social security number, your date of
Hmm.
birth, your social
Right.
media, your credit cards. Anytime company has your information, they'll remove it from the debt. They'll remove that from your social security number, your background. So anything that how you have public records. That's what I was thinking, and all your
Okay.
information is there. Well, they
Hmm.
have where they can remove that. It may take some time, but knowing that, because your information is out there,
Of course.
and I just received a letter from TransUnion. There was a major
Mhm.
data breach where they had people have your social security number and date of birth.
Oh, nah, see. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, but
That's my life.
they monitor you 24/7. You have an investigator. They have an emergency number as well. So, say you get pulled over and you give them your ID and they say, oh, you're wanted for a crime, your identity was compromised. They say, we're here to arrest you because you did fraud, you robbed somebody, store, anything. So now what are you going to do? This could be 10 o'clock at night. Well, there's an emergency number as well if your identity is compromised.
Yeah. Wow. That right there is amazing. And you have all this information. And it's funny because soon when you started talking, I tagged right in the comments like hit her up. Look, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm letting folks know hit her up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like I heard me talk, but I'm just like this, like, nah, I'm obeying God. Like I'm doing what
Yep.
he's saying. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So that right there
Yep.
is
Yeah,
amazing.
we're here to share the word, just like telling people about Jesus. I'm telling people, hey, how you can protect your family, your business, just by just viewing information. But my website is easy to remember. It's project. It's protectearn.com.
And y'all heard that? Tech
Yep,
earned that.
protect. Yep,
Okay.
PROTECTEARN.com. And
And
I
I'm about
have
to
been
put that
thinking
right
about a
now.
domain name. I'm like, I don't want to give out my, the long website. So I'm like,
Right.
God, what domain name can I come up with? So I had to think and I had to think, oh, what do you,
Can you say that again? You said
I had to think
W.
about the domain name because that way people wouldn't be, the long website sometimes that we have.
Oh
So
yeah.
I kept asking them like, what can I have for my domain name? So the spirit said, well, what are you doing? Aren't you trying to protect people? I was like, yes. protect. And then if people want to, become business colleagues of mine, you can earn by protecting people. It's just like being a broker for insurance companies. It's just like when you work for a company, somebody from the top is making money because you're working
Mhm.
for them. But with this, you have somebody that helps you get to the top
Right.
if you decide
So,
to do network marketing. But like I said, my goal is to really just to help people, protect their rights and their
right.
businesses. Yep.
So,
So that's where the name came from, protectearn.com.
all right, man, I just want to make sure that I put it down right. All right, look, man, I'm putting stuff down tonight, and that's why I'm like, all right, now can you say, can you say that again? Like my
Protect,
hands,
yeah, protect.
yeah, but it's
PR,
down now,
P as in Paul, R as in Robin, protect, earn.com.
and it's down there, and it is so much that's like down there, like right now because we is talking, but I know a lot of folks gonna look back and see this like, oh, like they really was like sharing the information. And I don't know who just liked something. It probably was you. I don't know. Oh, man, it was one of my friends. She's a podcaster. What up, sis? Oh, okay. Look, see, that's I'm like, wait a minute. That's one of my sisters, like right there. What up? What
Well,
up? What up? Yeah,
now
but
if I type it in the chat, I want to make sure I don't lose. So okay, let me try. I mean, I have to learn. Let me type it in the
right,
chat.
all right, but
Okay,
yeah,
and I think I know what to do. Let me see. Okay,
you
chat for
take
everyone.
your time.
All right, so it's protect
Mm-hmm.
earn.com. There's no W's in front. It's all lowercase. And then also, I'm going to put
Mm-hmm.
my email so a
Okay.
person can email me if they have questions, if they need help,
Mm-hmm.
enrolling. So let me go up top and hit this X. I did it.
Hey, look, hey, it's definitely
See?
going down. Wow.
Yeah.
You see, that's all you need. And you said that this is 24-hour access
Access to an
to an
attorney.
attorney across the
You can
world.
be, yep, you can be, say you're in California on vacation.
Oh,
No matter where you are, and say you get pulled over, racial profiling or mistaken identity, now they want to like take you in.
right.
You can call 24/7, even on holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. It does
Yeah.
not matter. 365 days a year.
Wow, that right there is amazing. And it's definitely going down. And that's how that it should be. And I think a lot of folks don't know how important like this stuff
Yeah.
is. You know what I'm saying, to receive
So,
information like this. And I believe we as people of color should use this to our advantage. You
especially
know,
now, because I mean, I have to respect the name, but President Trump said they're going after the criminals and the rapists. That's what he said.
hmm
But he's been coming after the immigrants that have gone to get their due process to become
hmm
U.S. citizens. He has the ICE and the federal agents outside of the court to take them up. He's separating families. But that's what he said he was going to do. And those that voted for him thought the same thing. But he's going
right,
after people from Haiti, from
right,
Africa, even though they're US citizens, they're still
mhm,
picking them up.
right.
They've been picking up people of color more
hmm
within the last, since September.
Wow.
My cousin in Albany, New York was telling me, because the Supreme Court gave him permission to pick up and detain anybody.
Okay.
So in New York, they be like pulling over us and just
hmm
making sure they want to like, where you coming from. They want to
Right.
make sure that, you're a US citizen. They ask for ID because,
hmm
some of us do have an accent and we're from the United
Yeah,
States.
most definitely.
You know, some of us had different accents. So she said it's really bad in New York where they just pulling us over.
Hmm.
You know, so but that's why I do my best to share this everywhere on social media. They have my information. Take a look at it.
And that's all
And if
right.
they have, yeah, if they have questions, you know, my phone number's on there, and there's a spot on my website where they can actually send me questions and where I can follow up with them.
And it's funny, right? Because one of my sisters just said that. Hold on, let me see. And she said, "Great, good information." And then she said that she shared. I know that she gonna share this one. Look, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey,
because we have to, we really, you know, as black people and people of color, you know, no
mhm,
matter where they from, it's
right.
really it's I'm sounding the alarm. It's getting worse. As they saying, it has to get worse before it gets better. But
Yes.
I just don't like where the kids, you
Mm,
know, are affected. You know, they pulling one little boy, it broke my heart. The federal agents was great take the mom. The little boy was holding on to the mom and like, don't take my mom, don't take my mom. And the federal agents that was there on the porch, one thing
hmm.
I can say about them, they were really nice. Cause they were saying, we understand, but we have to take your mom. They was calm and talking to him, but that's what's really going on,
Yeah.
you know. And I mean, I've seen video where the young lady went to pick up her son from school,
Hmm.
and she, you know how sometimes you just park so you can run in. So she came to the car, and the security at the school threw her against the car. Like, you're not supposed to be parked like that. Doing this in front of the children. And
Right.
then he threw her on the ground
Mm.
and put his arm around her neck. Then he punched
Wow.
her in the face. So
I think
this
I
is
seen
what's
that.
yeah, this is what's going on. And it's funny because God wakes me up 2:30 in the morning, sometimes 3 o'clock. And I know
I
that's the
know that
time
right
for
now.
him to talk to us or let us know something. So I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
God, what you want me to find out? So I always go to my phone and read read the scripture for the day. Then
Hmm.
videos will start popping up to my phone. And that's how I'm seeing a lot of information of what's going on.
Mm.
But
Wow.
I mean, to punch a woman in the face,
I
and
seen
then
that.
there's these MAGA men are harassing black women. I mean,
Mm.
that's how bad it is. But I just pray that God is about to show up soon, and it's going to
Oh
take
yeah.
some time for things to get back to normal.
Oh yeah. You're
You know,
right.
but it's going to take some time. But the damage that all of this has caused, it's going to take a lot of healing. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
look at the apartment building in Chicago. When they
Okay.
raided that, they had the ICE agents and federal agents dropping down from the helicopters, and they arrested. They put the zip ties on all the residents looking for gang members. You know, even
Wow.
children.
Hmm.
You know, this is it's like, what more can we do as a people? I mean, the protest was good, but we got to keep
Right.
doing that, really, to take the to where I'm trying looking for, to take our country back. We're going to have to continue to do these protests, peaceful protests. But then
Right.
they're putting MAGA in the protest march to start trouble, so it'd be fight. But thank goodness people are aware of that, and they're using their common sense to know that no, we're not going to let them have us to fight.
Hmm.
You know, start a
Right.
war. That's what, President Trump wants.
Yeah. Me. Me. I'm not really into the whole thing like that, but I believe that God put him there for a purpose. And I believe that he
Right.
wants to serve his purpose. And that's how I look at it now that I'm I'm mature. You know what I'm saying? I'm mature and I can look at things differently now. I'm like, all right,
Yeah. We
you know
have
what I'm
to.
saying?
We have to. But all I can say is I'm just thankful that I moved to Virginia in 2000 when I did, because that's when I found out
Mm,
about Legal Shield. And the story behind that, you know how God allows things to happen. Sometimes we make choices without going to Him for direction.
mm-hmm,
So I said, God, I said, maybe I need a change, you know,
mm.
and I always, like I said, wanted to go to Virginia. So,
Virginia's nice. I've been there.
right. Yeah, I have family down there in Virginia Beach. I always loved Virginia Beach. So I
Mm-hmm.
went down there in May. I went and looked for a
Okay.
job. As soon as I got back to Delaware, they called me for the job at Gold Key Resort. So like I
Mm,
said, one of my coworkers introduced me to it. So after I did everything, saw the opportunity, got involved, then
mm-hmm.
things started happening. And I didn't understand why. I ended up being homeless in Virginia. I had to
Mm,
stay in a hotel, one for my mom, making sure I was taken care of. She said, you need to come back to Delaware, because I ended up, my car got hit. It had to go in the shop. There was a young lady that I met at the hotel, and we became friends. So she said I could stay with her, but it
right.
was not the right place for me to stay. And the car was hit in front of her house. So
Mm-hmm.
that's when I said, okay, it's time for me to leave Virginia. So God allowed me
Right.
to go to Virginia to find out about Legal Shield, but it wasn't in His plans for me to stay in Virginia, because it's
Mm,
like all that stuff started to happen after the fact. So when I
right.
came back to Delaware, I just stuck with Legal Shield. Was doing it full time. I did other things. I did Uber and Lyft, but this is really, I'm gonna say, this is my baby, because it deals
Right.
with helping people. So I took sick last year, not following God's direction again. I moved from a place where the rent was, a little cheaper. And I'm sharing this
Right.
because I
Of
don't know
course.
who's listening, to let them know,
Somebody is listening.
don't feel bad if you make wrong decisions and things happen that you wish didn't happen. So I was doing Uber, still doing legal shield. I was doing Uber full time, and still, like I said, doing legal shield. And
Mhm.
I went off my meds like for 2 years, because I'm thinking, oh, I'm good, I'm fine,
Right.
because
Yeah.
I'm working and I feel fine. So I moved into an apartment. It was more money than from where I was living, but it was like I felt I was on my own. I wasn't,
Mm,
on the Section 8 where I was living before.
right.
So not praying and not going to God about that, that's why I'm where I am now.
Yeah. Look.
I
Yeah.
took I took sick, yeah, because I was off my meds. I had a real bad breakdown in April of last year. So I
Okay.
had to move in with a cousin. That didn't work
Mhm.
out. So now I'm at my son's in Hatfield, PA. I'm on the waiting list for my own place so I can get back to Delaware. I need to go back home.
Right.
But I'm saying this because God allowed that to happen, but
Yes, he did.
also I learned from that mistake. Because if I had sat down, like I'm talking to you, and say, God, should I make this move or what should I do? I'm pretty sure the Spirit would have told me, no, stay where you are, because I'm not ready for you to move in a better place. You could,
Right.
it could have been, if I stayed where I was, when it was time for me to move, it could have been a house. It might not have been an apartment. So
Right. Of
that's the
course.
lesson that I learned from making that decision. But I'm
God
thankful,
bless
because
you.
I could have been homeless. My son could have lived far away. My daughter's just a one bedroom, her and her boyfriend, so I couldn't stay with her in Delaware. But
Right. Most definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
so God allowed me to go through this. But when I think back, I'm like, how you get excited about you making a change, like you feel
Right.
you're doing something right. You're moving,
Hmm.
in a different area, better
Of course.
area and nicer place. And when I think back, I wasn't so excited about it like I should have
Okay.
if
Hmm.
it was the right move.
Right.
So that's why I know that before I do anything else, even now when I do grocery shopping, I'll be like, okay, God, should I buy this or do I really need it?
Right.
So
Yeah.
look, any little thing now, I ask God for direction. So everything that I went through, this is, my journey, and anybody that may have gone through what I've gone through or worse, always pray,
Right.
wait for God to give you the answer. And there's people who may not go to church. There may be people who's not spiritually like I am. But I say
Right.
to you, God created us in his image, and he's
Mm-hmm.
just waiting to hear from you. So if you like
That's
going
definitely.
through, you want direction, just say, God, I know I don't talk to you much. I may not be where you want me to be in life, but I'm just asking you to give me direction on this decision that I want to make. Because it took me a while. I accepted
Right.
Christ. I mean, grew up in church. My mom's a Sunday school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And so 1988, I was 26. I used to go into clubs, me and a girlfriend, from Wednesday through Sunday. I mean, I did a lot of things. If I told you, I'll be like, what? So, so
look
yeah,
ain't
we was
saying.
in the clubs. We would go to work, get off work, take a nap, get ready for the next night. So, I mean, we did that. We did it for 2 months, Wednesday through Sunday. It was a club called Northeast Club. Then it went to Ambrosia's. But
Wow.
I
Okay.
went to God. I said, God, there has to be something better than
Something
this.
more.
That's how I knew the spirit was starting to talk to me. So 1988, 26, I gave my life fully to God. I baptized. And on my way home, it's in the Bible. I can't recall the actual scripture, but you can Google it, where it says the dove ascending. So I'm driving on Christiana Road in Newcastle by Georgetown Apartments. And
Okay,
I
I know
just
what you're saying about that.
happened to
Mhm.
look up, and there I saw the dove ascending to the sky.
That's funny, ain't
So that's
it?
letting me know that my spirit
Right.
was right and it went to God. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thankful. Like I said, I'm just
Confirmation.
thankful that I'm still here. And I just, I mean, God is just awesome to where,
That was
you know,
confirmation.
yeah, it's like I'll be just sitting and just talking to him, or I'm doing something crazy like, oh man, why'd I do that? And I'll be like, God, stop laughing at me. Cause you talk to him like I'm talking to you,
Right, of course.
and yeah, that's what he wants. So, but I'm
I
just
know that.
thankful. And I'm thankful because I connected with you. I saw you on Facebook. I don't remember how we actually connected. And I tried to friend you, but you had Facebook wouldn't let me friend you. So that's when I sent you a message on Messenger and you told me
Right.
how to get in. So God, you never know
Yeah.
who God's gonna put in your life to do
You
his
is so
work.
right. Look, you is so right about that. But it's funny though, right? That 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 you say that you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm doing the show every other weekend now. I'm not gonna burn myself out. I've learned how
Right.
to do it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, don't burn yourself out. Don't.
Don't burn yourself out. And then go and just talk to God before you go to sleep. Okay,
Yeah,
God, how often do you want me to do this? Like I'm starting my YouTube channel. Hopefully I'll get that up and running within the
that's
next week
gonna
or two. Cause I
that's
know
gonna
you told me, yeah, and he's my business partner. I don't know, I guess he's on here and watching, but Fred Fitzgerald. We've known each other since 2022. No, I'm sorry, 2002. Because I got in
okay.
2000. He got in Legal Shield in 2002, I believe. But we're like family now, him and his wife. I met some of his other friends, his children. So he told me, he said, what you do a
Mhm.
video and then post it on your YouTube channel. He's like,
Right.
that's how you start. So I did practice. I was talking the video and I was messing up. I was like, okay, I need to put this aside. I need
Right,
to put
right.
this aside and just, say, okay, Lord, Holy Spirit, I need you to work with me so I can do at least a 5-minute video to get started.
Yeah, at least to
So
get
I'm
some like some practice. Yeah.
practice. Right. I need to get some practice, but I'm looking forward to that. And I think I want to do one maybe once a week, maybe every other week, just like I said with you. just, hey, if you feel in your spirit, well, I'm gonna do one this weekend and I may do one the next weekend. But I believe
Mhm.
every other weekend is good because
Same
that
here.
gives you time to rest, but also gives you time to put something together that people need to hear.
Exactly. That's
Right.
exactly what it is. That's
Yep.
all
And
about
find the guest. Right. And
time.
find the guest that is going to give out what you want to give out, but
Be
through the guest.
consistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah. You
Yeah.
see,
So,
since wait. All right. My see. One of my best friend's mom. She is saying something. Since
yep.
my okay. Since my faith was shattered.
So, but I mean, if anybody has any questions, I don't know if they can put it in the chat or they can even send you questions on your platform. And that way you can get the questions to me. If they put their email, I can email them back, the questions. But if they go to my website, they can see this videos. Um, there it shows all the different plans. If you have questions, like I said, there's a spot where you can send the questions directly to my email. And then that
Right.
way I can respond. And my phone number's on there. You can text me. Because a
Wow.
lot of times when people call me, there's no name with
Mhm.
the number and I won't answer, or I
Of
may
course.
call back because it's a lot of spam and it's a lot of people calling people saying you owe money, we taking you to court. So
Oh, I
I,
know
I mean,
all about
I
those.
yeah, I use the service a lot of times. I'll call the attorney. I say, no, they're telling me I need to send this kind of money or they're gonna take me to court. And he said, tell them to send you documentation that you owe that money. So when I tell them that, I don't hear from them, but they still be trying to do it. I just got a call a couple of days ago,
Wow.
that some papers will be served to you because you owe this company this money. But that's why I
Mhm.
tell people just text me. That way I'll know who it is. Just say this is Sharon. I heard you on the podcast. I have some questions, and then I'll call them back.
Right. Yeah. Hey, and that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? Wow. This right here is an amazing show. Like I did not know I would be doing this
Yeah.
weekend, but
So
God makes no mistakes. So
mistake.
you
No,
know what I'm saying?
when he
He makes
opens the
no mistakes.
door, what it say? When God opens the door, no man can shut.
Right.
When
Right.
God shuts
Right.
the door, no man can open.
and
Yep.
and and you is so right. And it's funny because the show be for you. A friend of mine, right? She lives in Canada, right? Some part, and she told me that somebody said to her that when we did the show this week, that the show her and her story really helped that person. And I said, that's what it's all
hmm
about, man.
That's what
You
it's
know,
about. Yep. Yep. You
like
never
I
know.
didn't
You
even
never
know.
know who
You
we
don't know.
helping at the right time.
You
But
know what I'm saying? Do
anybody that
yeah,
may be dealing with depression, bipolar, I advise you to stay on your meds. Always have do some counseling. Find a good counselor where you can talk, what you may be dealing with, just keep that type of connection. But my pastor even told me, he said, stay on your meds. When God is
right.
ready for you to come off of them, he'll let you know. Because something he said, I never thought about. He said, why you think Jesus had a doctor with him, Luke? Because he knew it was
Luke,
going to be sickness in the world. And so I never thought about that.
right.
There's
Wow.
people that's on high blood pressure. There's people who have cancer that have to take medicine. So, but
Hmm.
stay on your meds and always find a good counselor that you can, call or talk to when you need to.
That's what
'Cause
it's about.
it's because there's a lot of people that have taken their lives from depression.
Hmm. Yeah, I just had to.
Yeah, so we need, we need somebody in our corner that's going to be there for us and not the judge.
Yeah.
And that's why some people don't like talking to people about what they're going through because they feel, well, they're going to say, well, why didn't you do it this way? Or, why you allow yourself to get in that situation.
Most definitely. Wow.
So,
You're
but
right. You is
um,
absolutely right about that. Do anybody have any questions for the guests before we be up on out of here? Any
yep,
questions? Any questions? Wow, this right here was an awesome show to see. I know that this gonna go viral for a fact. You know what I'm saying?
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. But I just want everybody to know um, I'm here for you. I may not know you. Like I said, my phone number, email is on my website. And if you just need to ask me questions or just need somebody to listen to you, I'm there.
Amen. Amen. She is there. She is there.
I am
Uh,
there. I'm just happy because I'm at peace where I am in my
that's what's
life.
right.
And it's not where I want to be right now, but I'm still
Mhm.
happy and I'm at peace because it's
It's
just a
nothing
matter
like
of
it.
time before that door, that breakthrough
It's nothing
that
like it.
God is coming. Is coming. Oh, I'm gonna share this before we go.
Okay.
So I did this. You know how things come to your phone, or you see different ads, or like competitions or contests. So
Mhm.
there's a company is fabover40.org. So
All right.
I entered, I don't know how many months ago. I mean, it might have been a while ago. So I forgot all about it. So last Saturday, I was sitting with my no, I was on the phone with somebody. So I'm
Right.
holding my phone. So I looked down at my phone and this message came up. I can't remember if it was by a text. It might have been by a text. And I said, Fab over 40. And it said, you have to complete your profile, put your pictures on there. So after I hung up with on the phone conversation, from the phone
Hmm.
conversation, I looked and I'm like, oh my goodness. I said, I forgot I even entered that competition.
Oh
So
wow.
long story short, they're looking for women that over 40 but still look fabulous. So
Right.
when I put my pictures on there, I finished the profile and everything. So they said the first round is the top 20 because it's
Okay.
like I think it's 3 or 4 rounds. So it's going to the end of December. So
Okay.
you can you be on the cover of the magazine, cash prize, and a free trip. I said, okay, good. So I'm like, you got to get people to vote for you. So I'm put it on Facebook. I'm going through my contacts, my business colleague. I say, here's the link to vote. So I was in second place. Then I went to first
Mhm.
place. Then I went to the third place. I said, oh no. So I'm telling by, come on, y'all. Y'all got to vote. You got to vote. You get one free vote. And if you want to donate, so it's for the Breast Cancer Foundation, which
Okay.
is good because I had a breast cancer, I won't say a scare, some years ago.
I was gonna say a scare. Hmm.
Yeah, so I had a mammogram done. Women, get your mammogram done. Get it done every year. So as soon as I got home, they called me and said, we need you to come back because we found something. So I was on the phone with my mom. This was in 2009, the same year my mom passed, the same year Michael Jackson died in 2009 too, right? Yeah,
I
because I
believe
was on the
so.
phone with my mom. So she was
Hmm.
on the phone. She was like, oh my God. I said, you be going through so much. I said, Mom, it's going to be okay. So when I hung up the phone, I did break down, but I said, you know what, Jesus, you got me. So I went
Amen.
back. They did more tests, biopsy and all of that. So they found a lot of clusters in my left breast.
Mm.
So it wasn't cancer, but I have a clip in my breast because they have to keep an eye on it. So they says
Right.
you have to get your mammogram every year. So I do get my mammogram in December.
That's good.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you're going through. If you trust God, He's going to bring you through it. It's gonna bring through it. So this competition, when I saw that is when anybody can donate if they want more votes, but you do get a free vote. But if you want to donate to the breast cancer foundation, you'll get more votes. So guess where I'm at now? Out of the top 20,
Yeah. Okay.
I
Nice.
moved to I'm number
That's good.
one.
That's
So
good.
now I'm in the
Keep putting
top
that back.
15. So long as I stay number one or number two, long as I stay in the top 15, I'll keep moving to the next round. But I
That's
said,
good.
it's just an honor to be chosen. But I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I'm human. I want to win.
Right. Of course.
I want to win. So, but it's a lot of fun because I'll be like, come on, y'all got to vote. Let's go, let's go. So I have people voting for me, and so my goal is to stay at number one. So this
All right.
round
Good.
ends on October the 30th, and then it
Mhm.
goes to the third round, which is the top 10.
All right.
So, but I'm like, dang, I'm number one. I'm number one. So I mean, and still, I truly believe God had me to see that text.
Amen.
He had me to see that because I forgot all about that competition.
Most definitely.
So,
Wow.
you never know. You can't say God is in everything, but you just never know. Why did that
You
show
right.
up? Because I would have missed it if I didn't do what I needed to do for, the competition as far as my profile and the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Yeah.
I give God the glory
Man, amen. Man,
for
amen.
everything.
Amen.
So, yep.
Amen.
But I thank you for, having me as a guest
Oh, many times. Look, many times.
and,
I already know
and
you gonna come back here.
yeah, I can give an update what's going on my second book.
All right.
Um, and there may be somebody that may have a story that will help people on your podcast. And, I'll let you know if I think that this person should be on there because of his or her story could help somebody. So we got to stick together. We got to help as many people as we can.
Amen. Amen. That's
Yeah.
definitely what it is about. Well, my friend, thank you for your time.
Oh,
Guys,
thank you.
my friend, she came on this evening on K.W.U podcast. You know what I'm saying? If y'all need her, y'all can reach her. You know, if y'all don't know what K.W.U stand for, it stands for kicking it with us. And she came by this evening, guys, and she was kicking it with us. Shout out to
Mhm.
everybody that was in the
Yep.
comments. Go back and catch the recap of this, the replay of this. It's on my page. It's on her page. I tagged her. You know,
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I
and
didn't know you did.
yeah,
I
look,
look, my
like,
grandson, I told my grandsons I had my grandkids with me. And I
oh,
said, y'all
okay.
have to be quiet because I'm doing a podcast. He said, what, you gonna be on TV? I said, no, I'm not gonna be on
Yeah,
TV
we
yet.
gonna be on TV. We gonna be on TV. Look, you know, yes,
I'm like,
we
no,
gonna be on TV.
I'm not gonna be on TV. But so anybody needs to reach me again, my website is protectearn.com, all lowercase, no W's in front. And my email is Robin, ROBIN, D as in David, J as in Johnson, the number 3 at gmail.com. So
Man,
that's
man.
Robin DJ, the number 3 at gmail.com. People be saying, are you a DJ? I said, no, that's just my initials.
Right, right, right. That makes sense. That makes sense. But
Yeah.
until next time, y'all, this is
All right.
K.W.U podcast, and I will see y'all next time.
Bye,
All right.
y'all. Have a blessed
See you.
night.
And you too. Thank you. Let me see. There we go. Oh boy. Let me see. Oh. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up on out of here. Y'all be easy until next time. It's K.W.U podcast, and it stands for kicking it with us, and y'all kicked it with us this evening. God bless. Peace.
Like this. Yeah. connection. Wish I could walk, ain't no in between. My family in Christ for the step of the kingdom. We deep like the Navy, the Army, Marine. The nation begins so crazy, but good thing we don't serve the president, we serve the king. No, I ain't living in vanity, but that man in the mirror so handsome and clean. Made in his image, the Lord is my pop, so I'm thanking my father, he gave me the gene. Man, I was just headed for hell, I'm so thankful for Christ, cause he came in and he intervened. All I know is Jesus ain't never took else from no devil, so you better pick the right team. Boy, I came a long way, I can't look back no more. I don't carry that gas in my book bag no more. Used to walk in the class, I'm smelling like smoke. Used to sit and be laughing like hell was a joke. I was speaking my sin, but he threw me the room. Listen, I trust in Christ, I don't trust in the pole. Better watch what you read, cause you read what you sow. You shots at the devil, that's my only foe. Like, I'm finna put on ice. I'm finna cut on ice. Matter of fact, I'm fall back. If the devil wants smoke, he can take it up with Christ. Yeah. I'm feeling good, feeling right. Look at the harvest is right. My homies ain't how they done, but they already feel that message of life. See birds of a feather gon' follow the flock. Used to look like a square trying to be on the block. I had holes in my shoe way before I was cropped. I should give up my life way before I was stopped. You can't play the game cause I got it on lock. Jesus broke off the chains, I'm just watching the drop. Watch the monkeys of heaven, put out like a SWAT. I'm just sorry that he really all in the God. He really all in the God. Go to heaven. You think it's a job. You think it's a job. Why am I whispering? It's just to make sure you listening. Devil be lurking, so watch what you tripping at. I took a dip in that water, I'm glistening. Boy, I came a long way, I can't look back no more. I don't carry that gas in my book bag no more. Used to walk in the class, I'm smelling like smoke. Used to sit and be laughing like hell is a joke. I was speaking my sin, but he threw me the rope. Listen, I trust in Christ, I don't trust in the pole. Better watch what you read, cause you read what you sow. Shooting shots at the devil, that's my only foe. Like, I'm finna put on ice. I'm finna cut on ice. Matter of fact, I'm fall back. If the devil wants smoke, he can take it up with Christ. Yeah. I'm feeling good, feeling right. Look at the harvest is right. My homies ain't holding guns, but they already feel with that message of life.